Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today we're diving into a concept that I think is incredibly powerful, something that really shifts your perspective on daily decisions. It's this idea that honestly, you owe it to your future self.
Oh, I love this topic, John. It's like we spend so much time thinking about the now, right? What feels good in this exact moment. But when you frame it as, what am I doing for the person I'm going to be next year or 5 years from now? It changes everything.
Absolutely. Because let's be real, our future selves are watching. They're not just some hypothetical version of us, they're the direct result of the habits we're building right now. Every disciplined choice we make today, every effort we invest, every distraction we resist, it's all shaping who that person becomes.
It's a powerful way to think about it. I mean, we all have those days where we just want to hit snooze or binge watch an entire series instead of tackling that project, or order takeout instead of cooking something healthy. And in that moment, skipping the effort feels harmless, right? It feels like a small, insignificant choice.
Exactly. That instant gratification is so tempting, but what we often forget is that those small decisions, they accumulate, they compound over time. Think about it. One extra hour of scrolling Instagram instead of learning something new, repeated every day for a year, that's hundreds of hours of lost knowledge or skill development.
Right, and the reverse is true too. One extra workout, one chapter of a book, 5 minutes of meditation. Individually, they don't seem like much, but stacked up, they become the bedrock of a completely different future. Discipline, in its essence, is really that bridge between who you are today and who you are becoming.
I really like that discipline is the bridge metaphor, because it's not about being perfect, it's about consistently choosing the path that serves your long-term self. It's acting with long-term respect for yourself, even when your immediate self just wants comfort.
And that's the core challenge, isn't it? The comfort in the moment versus the respect for your future self. It's easy to dismiss the future consequences when the present temptation is so strong. But honestly, I've found that the more I lean into this mindset, the easier it gets to make those disciplined choices.
Me too. It's almost like you develop a relationship with this future version of yourself. And you start to feel a sense of responsibility towards them, like, I don't want to let them down. When you show up on days you feel tired, even just for a little bit, you're not just building a habit, you're helping your future self feel more confident, more capable.
Totally. That feeling of I did it even when I didn't want to, that builds a quiet inner strength. And that translates directly into confidence down the line. It's not just about the task itself, it's about proving to yourself that you're reliable, that you can trust yourself to follow through.
And then there's the knowledge aspect. When you choose to learn something new instead of endlessly scrolling, you're literally giving your future self knowledge, new skills, new perspectives. Imagine if you dedicated just 30 minutes a day to learning a new language or a skill that could advance your career. In a year, that's over 180 hours of focused effort.
That's huge. That's more than an entire full-time work week dedicated to self-improvement. And it just illustrates how easily those small decisions add up. On the flip side, when you don't stay disciplined, you're often setting yourself up for future regret. How many times have we looked back and thought, man, I wish I'd started X sooner, or I wish I'd stuck with Y?
Oh, absolutely. Hindsight is always 20/20, and it's full of shoulda, woulda, couldas. But the beauty of this perspective is that you can decide to stop creating those future regrets today. You can start making choices that your future self will thank you for, rather than lamenting over.
It's a shift from reactive to proactive, isn't it? It's understanding that success isn't some accidental stroke of luck. It's a direct result of choices repeated daily. It's showing up, doing the work, even when the motivation isn't there. Because your future self doesn't need excuses. They need preparation.
Preparation. That's a key word there. It's like you're constantly laying bricks for the foundation of your future house. You don't see the full house immediately, but every brick you lay, every disciplined choice you make, contributes to its stability and structure. And that house, ultimately, is the life you'll be living.
I had a moment recently where I was feeling really unmotivated to go for a run. It was cold, I was tired, and my couch looked incredibly inviting. But then I pictured myself a year from now, wanting to still be able to run a certain distance, wanting to feel strong and energetic. And I thought, that future Angelina is depending on me right now. And it wasn't easy, but I laced up my shoes and went.
That's such a perfect example, because that version of you, the 1 year from now, stronger, more focused, more capable, that version is built by what you do today. It's not magic, it's consistent, often unglamorous, effort. It's keeping those promises to yourself.
And I think that's why it's so important to really internalize this idea of honoring your future. It's not just about achieving a goal, it's about self-respect. It's saying, I value my well-being, my growth, my peace of mind enough to make these tough choices now.
It's a form of self-love, honestly. It's saying, I love my future self enough to put in the work today. And it doesn't mean you never relax or that you're a robot. It means you're intentional with your comfort and you balance it with productive choices.
Exactly. Balance is key. But when you find yourself constantly choosing comfort over the things that will truly benefit you long-term, that's when it's time to lean into this idea. Ask yourself, is this choice serving my future self?
And it can be applied to anything, really. Your finances. Are you saving a little each month, even if it feels small? That's future financial security. Your relationships. Are you investing time and effort into the people who matter? That's future connection and support. Your health. Are you making good food choices, getting enough sleep, moving your body? That's future vitality and energy.
It's all connected, and the beauty is it simplifies decision-making. When you're faced with a choice, just run it through that filter. Is this something my future self will thank me for? If the answer's no, you've got a clear path forward, even if it's the harder one.
It really does simplify things, and I think we often overestimate what we can do in a day, but underestimate what we can do in a year or 5 years by consistently making those disciplined choices. Those small wins add up to massive transformations.
And it builds momentum too. Once you start seeing the progress, even tiny bits of it, it fuels you to keep going. That feeling of, I'm actually doing this, it's incredibly motivating. It's like you're building trust with your future self, proving to them that you're in their corner.
It's true. Imagine that moment years from now when you've achieved something significant, or you're just living a life that feels authentic and fulfilling, and you look back and you remember all those tough choices, those days you didn't want to show up, but you did. That version of you will silently thank your past self. That's the ultimate payoff.
That's the feeling we're striving for, right? That deep sense of gratitude to yourself for not giving up when it was hard. Because it will be hard sometimes. Discipline isn't easy, but the alternative, living with regret or feeling stuck, that's often much harder in the long run.
So, to all our listeners out there, we really encourage you to take a moment and picture that future self. What do they look like? What are they doing? How do they feel? And then ask yourself, what small disciplined choice can you make today that will bring you one step closer to that vision?
Start small, be consistent, be kind to yourself when you falter, but always come back to that promise, because you truly do owe it to your future self to give them the best foundation possible. They deserve it, and honestly, so do you.
Well said, Angelina. This has been a fantastic conversation, and I hope it resonates with everyone listening. Remember, honor your future, keep your promises, and stay disciplined. Your future self will absolutely thank you for it.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, take care of that future you.